this is how I ended part 1 of last week's vlog, behind the scenes with my Tamil tuk-tuk driver. I was profoundly touched by the visit to the Hindu temple. It was really magnificent. Now we're off. He's talking to me. I'm saying yes a lot. I don't understand what's going on, but I'm enjoying going through the streets of old Colombo here in Veda, and eager to see what's next. This one, bomb blast, yeah. Oh my God.
Now, full security.
Now, as we drove by St. Anthony's Shrine, and he mentioned bomb blast, and it all became clear to me. Of course, there were the terrorist attacks in Colombo, and it happened right here. It happened on Easter 2019, and attacks were also carried out in Kandy and Negombo. Yeah, was this Christian or
Christian?
Christian? Yeah.
Yeah. Christian.
Can we stop here? Now, join me for part 2 of this amazing tour with my Tamil tuk-tuk driver. So that would be vlog 5 in the series Sri Lanka 3-Week Explorer. Welcome to Travels with Lobo, based in Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. Since my vlogs are the antithesis of 25 things to do in Sri Lanka, this detailed series of vlogs on Sri Lanka will be about 40 parts. So please subscribe, and if you learned something new, give it a thumbs up. Thank you. Today is Christmas Eve 2020, and according to Facebook, a year ago I was in Sukhothai, Thailand for Christmas Eve and Christmas. So, wishing all of you who celebrate Christmas a very Merry Christmas from Lobo, from Victoria, British Columbia, and by the way, what a year it has been. I'm really shaken by the fact that we're at St. Anthony's Shrine.
Yeah.
And this is where a year ago Easter, over 200 people lost their lives in that terror attack. No, it was actually 50 people who died in this historic Catholic church in the capital. Over 200 people died in St. Sebastian Church in Negombo, north of Colombo, and I'll be covering that in my vlogs on Negombo later, much later. That's incredible.
This right people, the man is inside.
Yeah. I guess these statues survived the bomb blast.
Inside, not video allowed.
Of course, the words "no video allowed" are disappointing to a YouTuber, but considering the massacre that took place in this shrine, understandable. Yes, having said that, I must repeat my mantra that without video, I basically forget what I saw, and I think that's true of most travelers. It's not just me. So I really have very little recollection, or none, of the inside of this church. Obviously very moving to be inside there.
Yeah.
Very moving. So this is what the whole world saw on television happen here. Now, since I wasn't able to take video inside and CNN was, I'll leave a link in the description of what it was like on the inside from CNN.
This one, remove this the old police army. This one.
Yes, yes.
These pictures. This small guy.
Oh yes.
Small guy. Now died.
Died.
Yeah.
Died.
Yeah.
Obviously, the terrorist attacks that took place in Easter 2019 had a devastating effect on tourism in Sri Lanka. But then again, I was there only months later in January 2020. By that time, tourism was starting to pick up again. Those terrorist attacks, of course, pale in comparison with what's happening now with the pandemic COVID-19 basically shutting down tourism until God knows when. Now, the terrorist attacks not only took place in St. Anthony's Shrine, but also in the following hotels: the Kingsbury, the Shangri-La, and the Cinnamon Hotel, plus a housing complex, all in Colombo. But attacks also took place in the city of Kandy and the city of Negombo. The attacks killed over 250 people, over 500 injured, carried out by 8 suicide bombers. ISIS took credit for the attack. The motive supposedly was revenge for the Christchurch mosque shooting in New Zealand. It was with a heavy heart that I left St. Anthony's Shrine, but as usual, life goes on until it doesn't, so here was the rest of my tour with my Tamil driver just across the street. And there it is, the Hindu temple with a very typical pointed entrance. As you can see, it's right there, practically across the street. The Sri Pannambalawaneswaram Kovil Hindu Temple. Now you go ahead and say that. There's our man taking us to all these great...
My name is Kannan.
Kannan.
Yeah.
Kannan, and you're Tamil. You're Tamil?
Tamil.
And you...
Very background, very nice, huh?
Yeah, look at the star out there.
Yeah.
Look at the star. Yeah. Wow. Look at... The ultimate nature of Hinduism. In Hinduism, God is known as Brahman. Hindus understand Brahman as the ultimate reality, which they must come to know through the deities and how those deities affect the world. And there again is Hindu god Lord Ganesha. I discussed in the previous vlog. You'll find Lord Ganesh in every Hindu temple. Lord Ganesh, yes, but there are so many others, including these 3 female goddesses. They are referred to as the Tri-Devi. The Tri-Devi, or 3 goddesses, is a term used in Hinduism to describe the 3 main female deities. They are Saraswati, Lakshmi, and Parvati. By the way, Parvati is the mother of Lord Ganesh, and how he got the elephant's head, it's too detailed for me to go into here. As I said in the last vlog, Hindus worship one supreme being called Brahman, but he has different names also. Hindus believe in many gods who perform various functions, like executives in a large corporation, but they should not be confused with the supreme god. By the way, Hinduism may be the oldest religion in the world, but it's also by far the most complex. There's no way to explain Hinduism without deep study. So I wonder why I even delve into it, because, well, you got to start somewhere. Okay, that's it. This is a depiction of the Vedas, the 4 books that compose the oldest layer of Sanskrit literature and the oldest scriptures of Hinduism. One of them is the Rig Veda. And we're talking about 2000 BC. Imagine that, the world's oldest religion. In the Rig Veda, it talks about the Saraswati River, Well, that's named after the goddess. I didn't know that. The river no longer exists, but it played a very important role in early Hinduism. I first became aware of that river while watching a series by Michael Wood and the BBC, The Story of India, a must-see. I'll leave a link.
This one, brother. Same.
Beautiful. My serendipity encounter with my Tamil tuk-tuk driver led to one of the most fascinating experiences I encountered in Sri Lanka. Thank you, Kanan, and it was okay when you said it wouldn't cost me anything, and it ended up costing me $30. It was well worth it. I think in my many vlogs to come, this is the last time I'll be dealing with the Tamil aspect of Sri Lanka. So I have to ask the question, well, what about the civil war in Sri Lanka that involved the Tamils? Let's look at that very, very briefly. That civil war was fought in Sri Lanka from 1983 to 2009. And the green area was the area that was claimed by the Tamil Tigers. You've heard of the Tamil Tigers. The reason given was a continuous discrimination against the Sri Lankan Tamils by the Sinhalese-dominated Sri Lankan government. To put it a different way, this was a conflict between Hinduism and Buddhism. The Sri Lankan military defeated the Tamil Tigers in May of 2009. As you can imagine, in any civil war, feelings die hard. But as you saw in my video, freedom of religion does exist in Sri Lanka. Kudos to you if you are still here. I really appreciate that. And I hope you learned something new. I know I did. There's much that I did not know at the time when I shot this video that I know now, which makes it so much more interesting. See you next Friday, so together we can improve our knowledge of the beautiful city of Colombo.